Hey, what's up guys? I am Sandra D and this is The Tea with Sandra D. Now you should know by now I'm the queen of hip hop when it comes to Melbourne and Australia. I've been doing this for a very freaking long time. So this podcast is going to be a bit about the hip hop industry in Australia, Melbourne, and what's going on. And I'm going to be covering like the highs, the lows of it, what is happening in the hip hop community in Australia and let alone Melbourne, where I'm from. If you don't know, I've had a radio show, Bulletproof Baby Radio, for the last 12 years now, where I play purely hip hop and R&B. I do support independent R&B and hip hop artists from all over the globe. They submit their tracks, they get it played live worldwide on my radio show, Bulletproof Baby Radio 3KND. It is a part of the iHeartRadio app or digital radio. And if you didn't know, I also manage a hip hop artist here in Melbourne, Australia also. So we write, we produce, we do the music videos, pretty much everything. And we've been doing that for now over like 6 or 7 years. So I know what's involved in this hip hop community. And also, like I told you, I started this hip hop in the 90s, guys. I was a rapper when I was like 16 years old in the 90s, okay, when all the freaking West Coast, East Coast shit was out. I was involved in that. And I was pretty much the first Australian female rapper on the scene, especially in Melbourne. No one knew about rap. People loved rap, but there was no rappers here in Australia. I did go on TV shows, I performed at a lot of clubs. I wrote and produced my own songs, but there was one thing that still hasn't changed till today. Hip hop in Australia isn't taken seriously. Record labels in Australia are not taking hip hop artists seriously. This is what I'm going to be talking about, alright? Now in the 90s, you actually had a better chance in the 90s in hip hop in Australia and Melbourne to get somewhere. They were signing artists in Melbourne. I got a deal with an Australian label. But they didn't take it seriously. They got a bit of a taste of them and then they were dumped and kicked to the curb because, you know, pop groups were popular back then. It was just pop. But it was actually better then because right now, you tell me one hip hop group that has been signed right now in Australia by an Australian record label. Tell me. There is fucking none, okay? And this is what the problem is here in Australia. These record labels, what are you doing? You know that the most of the people from, you know, teenagers up until the 20s, 30s and 40s, because I grew up, like I said, in hip hop, so I listened to hip hop, I played on my radio show, they listen to hip hop. They ain't listening to no fucking Jimmy Barnes or fucking little pop groups, they're listening to rap. And what's happening? We're listening to international rap because there's no rap here. No one's signing any rap artists. So I'm here today to like, what the fuck, Australian record labels? What the fuck AMI Australia? What the fuck Sony Australia? Island Records, Central Station Records, they're all Australian brands. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are these A&Rs doing? Like, who are running this shit? Because, like I said, nothing's happening and we need to take a stance. All these hip hop community and all the rappers out here in Melbourne and Australia need to start fucking making a stand. Now, what happens? Alright, most of these independent underground hip hop artists from Melbourne or Australia, they have to organise their own little event when they're releasing a track. And now this event usually is at some dodgy, cheap ass little fucking venue because that's all they can afford, or that's the only venue that will take them because big venues won't. Clubs don't want to know you unless you're famous. So pretty much you've got to hire a dodgy venue and you invite your friends. Okay, your friends might invite some of their friends, but that's who's there. You've probably got, like I've been to these events, you've got about 10 of your friends standing there in front of the stage watching you perform and support you. Yes, that is great, you're gonna start somewhere, but where the fuck are the A&Rs? Where the fuck are the record labels? Where the fuck are the Australians that are supporting our hip hop? You'll go to a fucking big ass American artist's concert and spend $3,000 on a fucking ticket. I know I'm exaggerating, but that's me, you should know me by now. But why can't you go to a $10 event and support a fucking rapper from Melbourne? Why? And where are these A&Rs? Now these A&Rs from these record labels in Australia should be looking out for these events and actually rocking up to these events and seeing what fucking talent's out there. But no, most of the A&Rs from Australian record labels are pretty much Karen lookalikes that sip their green tea in Fitzroy Street with Greg, another fucking A&R, a nerdy motherfucker that doesn't give a fuck about yous or Australian hip hop. And they don't even sign anyone or take interest in what actually people are fucking wanting here and what's selling. Hip hop, hello motherfuckers, hip hop is happening in Australia. And like I said, I do support independent hip hop artists on my radio show. I get a lot of locals coming on my show. I interview them. I get a lot of independents from USA, UK, also playing their tracks on my show. So there is talent there, all right? There's huge talent in Australia, let alone overseas. So mainly today I'm concentrating on the Australian and Melbourne scene. There is rappers out there. I've met so many talented artists out there. And one, Nina Lee Kisses, who started the hip hop scene 5 or 6 years ago, okay? No one was doing this shit again since my era. I was number one, okay? And Nina Lee Kisses came on the scene. She was 14 years old when she released her first track. She got a lot of fucking streams. That song, still getting 100,000 streams, okay? But what happened? People did support it, but they bagged it because that's typical Australia. Let's bag something we don't fucking know because we don't want to support our own, which is another thing Australia needs to wake the fuck up about. But she's worked in LA. She went over to LA at 16 and worked with the crew from Death Row Records and recorded a track with the director, producer from Compton's Most Wanted. DJ Quick was in there. Everyone was in there, and she did a music video over in LA and came back here and released another EP and has still continued to making kick-ass music videos and tracks that should be on the charts. But what happens? Australia doesn't want to know. Not only do the locals don't want to support it, the labels don't give a fuck. The labels are fucking dumb. That's why I'm starting my own record label, Bulletproof Baby Records. And when I get to that level, move over, you little motherfucking Island Records and Sony Australia and Warner Australia. You stick to your little Delta Cool Dreams. No offense, Delta, we love you, but no offense, you're not in our genre. But we're gonna make a noise, and we need to all start getting together. So all you Melbourne hip hop artists and Australian hip hop artists, stop hating on each other. When you're holding an event, invite other rappers. Make it huge, make it fucking large, so they invite their friends and their family. And then A&R, the nerdy motherfucking A&Rs, will want to know what's going on because we're making a fucking noise. We need to go to these record labels all together and stick together and actually make a fucking noise because, like I told you, nothing's changed since the 90s. The 90s, I had a better opportunity getting signed than what's happening now in 2023. Nothing's happening. It's like the record labels have gone into motherfucking space and just staying there. And if you play a little guitar and sing about flowers, they might be interested. But if you're rapping about real life fucking shit, they're like, oh no, that's a bit too much. Sorry, it's the tea with Sandra D, so I've got my Starbucks, I should be sipping my motherfucking tea. But basically, we need to change this. And like I said, when you are doing these venues, you need to get together and invite all the rappers in Melbourne and make it huge. Don't just stick to your own and get your little uni friends and say fuck all the other rappers. Don't hate, stick together. And if you stick together and make a fucking noise, shit's gonna fucking happen. And then when my label blows the fuck up, who's gonna be coming running? You motherfuckers, but I'm gonna say no, because you didn't wanna fucking, get together with other rappers and make a noise. Now, a lot of shit needs to change, and we need to change this shit. And in order to make a change, we need to do it. We all need to stick together. We need producers here. We cannot find any decent, yes there are producers, but I'm sorry, a lot of them fucking suck and they just copy beats that are already been made and they can't go on the next level and be creative. Things for producers out there, be creative. Don't do the same fucking beat, it sounds the same fucking shit as everyone else's beat. Start thinking outside the box, do something different, don't copy everyone else and stand out. Get a rapper, say, hey, can you rap on this beat? Blow up together, don't say you owe me $4 grand for that beat, which sucks by the way. And it's all yours now and you do what you want. How about joining together, producing a mad fucking track with the artist, and then both going half-half and fucking share it with the fucking world. You're both gonna blow up. That's one tip for you guys. Number one, okay? Number two is be creative. Stop being, we've got Playboy Cardi, okay? Stop being Playboy Cardi, okay? Stop sounding like him. Most of these rappers, when I do listen to their tracks because they submit them to me, you're copying the exact rapper that's already famous. You're exact, his accent, you're not that accent. You're a fucking Australian, okay? Everyone has their own unique accent, use it. Don't put their accent on. Don't dress like them. Don't make your beat and your song exactly like them rapping about Lamborghinis when you're driving a fucking Mazda in Caroline Springs. Fucking be real. These people need to be fucking real now, okay? You haven't got a Lamborghini, not yet. You will have it if you fucking stick to your dreams. And rap about real life shit. Rap about you, what you experiences, what you love, what you want to manifest. Rap about whatever the fuck you want. But stop copying the rappers that have already made it over there and that have got their bitches on their fucking lap with a G-string and their Lamborghini and their motherfucking chains, okay? When you get there, rap about that. But right now, you need to be true to yourself. Stop copying up other artists that are already famous. Stop. That's number one. You need to be original, and these record labels are not even going to give a fuck about you if you're not original and there's something different to stand out by. You need to stand out and be different for this label to go, okay, she's cool, she's got a different voice, she's unique, she's dressing different, her music's about something real. We might take her serious and want to sign her. But if you just stand there going, I'm a Playboy Cardi and I'm just going to rap like him, and what the fuck, we've already got that dude. That dude's already fucking famous. Who the fuck are you? Stay over there. And then what happens, you turn 30 and you're still performing at the laundry bar with 10 of your mates and pretty much go nowhere, and then you get married and your career's over, okay? I'm trying to wake you the fuck up, but I'm talking real. If you don't know me by now, you don't know my radio show, my socials, I'm real. I talk fucking real, and I'm gonna say it how it is. I don't give a fuck. You shouldn't be offended. You should take the advice from someone that's actually been in this industry for a long time and still trying to make a noise. I'm halfway there, guys. I'm not saying I know it all, but I'm halfway there and I'm still trying to learn, and I'm trying to teach you guys what to do next. And my thing is, I want to change it. I want to change hip hop here in Melbourne. So all you fucking artists out there in hip hop, get together. Everyone needs to start getting together. I'm going to run something that we all meet up and we start doing ideas together and brainstorming, and maybe get producers out there in hip hop. Hit me up, Sandra D Baby on Instagram. I want to hear something different. Artists, hip hop artists, I want to hear something fucking different. I'll get you on my radio show. I'll get you on my podcast and we'll video it on my radio show. Trust me, it gets listened to worldwide. I've got a lot of people and A&Rs from America that are listening to my show. So let's make a noise, let's do something different, and let's wake the fuck up these Australian record labels. I hope you watch this. Pass it on to these record labels. Sony Australia, pussy. Warner Australia, pussy. Island Australia, pussies. Central Station, you're from the 90s, you sold records. What the fuck are you doing now? Okay? Yous are doing nothing. I don't even think they've even signed any pop or bands right now. I don't know what they're doing. They might just be sitting on their fucking motherfucking ass sipping green tea. I don't fucking know. But my record label's gonna take over all you motherfuckers with this hip hop scene. And if you wanna join me and you wanna be involved in this fucking thing that I'm gonna fucking change and create, no matter what part of the world you're at, hit me up. Like I told you, my Instagram, Sandra D Baby. Spread this podcast, spread it to everywhere, all right? Send it to these record labels. They need to hear this shit. And like I told you, this is the first episode, so I think I've said enough. I think I've shocked you enough. I think I've whoa, you enough, like, who the fuck's this bitch? I'm Sandra D. Bulletproof Baby Records, Bulletproof Baby Radio, Bulletproof Baby Clothing, and this is the tea with Sandra D. So I'm gonna sip my motherfucking tea while you all think about what the fuck I just said, and I'll see you all soon.